This is Wanda Fields coming to you straight from New York City. And I'm coming to you straight from the BizBuzz Network, presenting the Speak Life and Claim It show. That's right, folks. We are speaking life and we are claiming on the night because it is Friday and we are on the remix. We are on the remix. Yes, folks. And tonight's topic of discussion is let's build. That's right, folks. We got to build. No one is going to give us anything. We must do it all ourselves. So thank you for joining. The discussion is on the Speak Life and Claim It show. Thank you everyone for joining me this evening. Let me just turn this mic off. Okay, thank you everyone for joining me this evening on the Speak Life and Claim It show. My name is Wanda Fields and I am from New York. Thank you, Wanda, for joining me. Thank you, Latasha Brown, for joining me. Can you just type and let me know where you're from? The Speak Life and Claim It show is a platform that empowers. We inspire folks on all aspects of business, investing, social, economics, and personal life challenges. And I thank everyone, and you just let me know where you're coming in from. If you're coming in from New York, or just type new if you're new to this broadcast. If you're a seasoned vet, type vet. And if you at some point will be getting on the replay, just type in hashtag replay. And the topic of discussion this evening is let's build. You know, I absolutely love building and networking with folks, you know, and I just want you all to just stay tuned. Stay tuned on the Speak Life and Claim It show as I bring on some game changers, some authors, engineers, business owners, so much more, martial artists, and some heavy hitters in the stock market, you know, and a host of other people to help speak life and greatness within you so that you can claim that wealth and claim those riches. So tonight's topic of discussion is let's build. And I'm coming from my book, The Third Gen Investment Guide, on how how investment clubs can actually help you become wealthy. You know, you talk about the boom and bust. Well, investment clubs, which have gone from being a social phenomenon with more than actually 200,000 members in the mid-90s to around 6,000 today. You know, and it seems to follow the fortunes of the stock market. We had two crashes in the recession in this century, and it has really hurted the members and many of the memberships. But now investment clubs make more sense than ever, and they're coming back. And they are not only a great way to invest. You can do it on a social setting as well as have fun doing it. You know, for many investment clubs, it's a way for family members and even close friends to discuss picking stocks and reinvesting dividends. And I have even heard of stories from one investment club that some of the members had to liquidate the club to pay for some medical bills. And it made the difference between having money in an emergency and dipping into their 401k, which they never even had to do. Okay, so investment clubs is an awesome way you don't have to go about building wealth alone. You can do it with other people. And I recently, in my research, came across the National Conference of Better Investing while I was doing my research, and the nonprofit organization group that supports actually investment clubs. And it's been around since 1951. And it provides training, it provides support and classes for those who want to learn about long-term stock investing. Okay, but although I was talking about my book, The Third Gen Investment Guide, I discovered some interesting things about the investment club since I began researching these groups all over the United States. And one of the things that I learned is that you're always the right age for investment clubbing. You're always the right investment club audiences have addressed in their seventh decades and beyond. It's a perfect for any, okay, even teenagers get involved in this. Stocks that grow over time and pay dividends. And you generally don't try to time the market and buy shares throughout the year using dollar cost averaging. So you're really buying at the absolute top, and you're getting more shares when they drop in price. Or you can go short term in options trading. To learn and research, because due diligence is definitely the key in investing. I don't care if it's the stock market, I don't care if it's real estate, I don't care if it's land. You still have to do your research. And second, it's a social setting, will keep you on track. So you can form a club of one or include just your family or your friends or even your neighbors. You all make a monthly contribution, you keep your records and make purchases together. A little goes a long way, and the more the merrier, but it's less cost efficient for an individual, as opposed to doing it alone, going at it alone. So the social aspect balances out the casino mentality. Hi, Jay, how are you? Of some investors, and it tempers it with the discipline of running the numbers on the company's balance sheets, and projecting future growth, actually. So the third is that you can start small and you can grow big. One of the oldest investment clubs, the Mutual Investment Club of Detroit, they started out in 1940 and they grew to more than 6 million in assets. Some of the original members, many of them founded the National Association of Investors Corporation and the forerunner of the to better investing. Okay, so many of the Detroit club members were able to tap their club holdings to pay for any number of things, from retirement to college educations. They were able to withdraw some $4 million from it. So every club starts out small. Some family clubs even started by just contributing $50 per member on a monthly basis. So anyone can start up a club. It keeps you saving and investing over long periods of time. And four, the process is rational. Okay, the process is rational. Instead of taking a fly, right, which I call word of mouth from someone else on the company, or pursuing a gut feeling, you are examining things like earnings per share growth, profit, sales, and dividend payout. So you put it, all in a simple chart that tells you if a stock is likely to go up or if it's going to go down. It really boils down to stock analysis, because you have to do your due diligence. And even buying and closing contracts and option trading. So whatever you want to invest in, whether it could be land, it could be real estate, whatever it is, water, whatever it is that you want to invest in, okay, just know that, a little goes a long way, and you do not have to go at it alone. When you invest in clubs, okay, with your family, even with your children. Each one of you, each one of the members, you put in as a little portion. So if you want to get away from the roulette wheel of picking companies based on an instinct, which really pays off, investment clubs are the way to learn how professionals do it. And I read an article, I believe it was last year, about a woman named Cheryl Riley Dorsey. She's a certified public accountant. And she wanted to teach young men in the community about financial responsibility and wealth building. Okay, so in 2000, she formed the Blackstreet Investment Club. And the Blackstreet Investment Club is a forum of 16 boys between the ages of 10 and 16. Okay, and she formed this for them to pool their money to invest in stocks. And she said that she saw that the schools were not teaching financial literacy, and they're not, and she knew that 95% of the decisions that we make in life involve money. Okay, we have to have money in order to do the things that we want to do. So since then, their groups investments have grown to 24,000 with investments in companies such as Toys R Us and ExxonMobil Corp. And companies that we constantly spend with, but nothing in return. We get nothing in return because we're so busy spending with these companies and no return on any type of investment. And the young boys, they researched and selected companies that they wanted to invest. And these are just young boys from the ages of 10 and 16, that they wanted to invest. And by each contributing just $20 per month, along with money that they've earned running side businesses such as selling T-shirts and mugs, and this is what they did, so it's not impossible. If 10-year-olds and 16-year-olds can do this, why can't we adults, right? So investment clubs are a great way to learn about investments and to get more knowledgeable about the stock market. Not only do you benefit from doing hands-on research, but you also from research and perspectives that others bring to the table. Investment clubs also provide buying power. Instead of investing $50 a month on your own, the group can collectively invest $600 per month, with a small fee from each and every one, each and every individual. It can just be 4 people. It gives you more leverage in the stock market when you do so. Okay, so here's how to successfully navigate the process of starting an investment club and assemble it in an appropriately sized group with a common goal. You want to make sure that all members are on the same page. Okay, make sure that all members are on the same page. Some people may be looking to make money overnight, while others have a long-term focus, and you need to distinguish the two. Okay, and typically the ideal objective for an investment club should be focused on steady growth over the long term. Okay, and when it comes to membership, size also matters. It should be large enough to get a decent amount of money to work with, but small enough to hold meetings and have discussions with some meaningful input from the members. And it could be somewhere between 5 members to 15 members. That's what's ideal. And it's also important to manage expectations. You let potential members know up front that they should only join if they have money to invest. Okay, you need to have that conversation up front, and set up a structure, and if you want to elect officers, you can do so. I suggest setting it up as a general partnership because it's simpler to start up and to maintain. And it's a pass-through entity, meaning that income passes to the owners and each owner pays taxes on his or her own portion of the earnings. And the partnership agreement contains the purpose of the partnership, the means in which profits and losses are shared, and how the partnership can even be terminated. You can elect officers such as president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. and create operating procedures dictating the duties of officers and expectations of members if need be. Okay, it's up to the group, whatever you decide. Okay, but you also want to get tax forms and accounts in order. The club must submit an IRS form SSE-4 to apply for an employer identification number, an EIN. In sufficient years, the club must file a tax return, an IRS form called the 1065. And you also file a certificate of conducting business as a partner, as the partnership forms. And furthermore, each member will file his or her own club tax return using the information from an IRS Schedule K1. It's very easy even to form an LLC. The team must write up, even if you want to do bylaws and operating agreement is what I suggest, and you notice that I said team, right? I said team because, when you're dealing in partnership, each of you has equal say, okay? Especially when you're forming an LLC, you have equal say, and I always say, make sure you read the contracts, okay? Make sure you read the contracts if you're getting involved in some investment clubs with people, okay, and they're forming an LLC. I don't know what type of LLC there is where we're a partnership and the contract is already written out and I had no say, okay? But somebody who formed the contract already had a conversation about a contract and I wasn't involved in that. To me, that's not a partnership, okay? So if anyone ever brings a contract like that to me, it's rescinded because I'm not signing it. Mommy ain't raised no fool, and neither should you. So you want to bear these things in mind because folks, they do this and running on a notion. I'm running on a notion that folks just don't know. Well, now you know, okay? And so you want to bear these things in mind when you're forming LLCs. You have equal partnership. Okay, because you're going to be paying taxes just like the next person. Okay, and your decision, your input matters. Okay, it matters because you're in partnership. That means that each and every individual has equal say in that. Okay, and don't let anyone tell you or trick you into anything different. Okay, and opening a brokerage account. A checking account is needed for members to deposit money for buying stocks, if that's what you want to invest in. When the club is ready to invest, online discount brokerage such as eTrade.com. There's also Merrill Edge. There's also TD Ameritrade, which has merged with Scottrade. And they offer lower prices than full service brokerage firms. And an online platform might charge as little as $6.95 per trade, while a full service brokerage may charge several dollars in annual fees. So you want to bear in mind. So I'm bringing this broadcast also for folks to check out my ebook, The Third Gen Investment Guide, at thethirdgeninvestmentguide.com. And I believe my assistant, she put that. Yes, she did. She put that link in if anyone's interested. And I'm also having a webinar scheduled for folks to purchase my book and register on Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. If you want to register for the Saturday webinar, you can for 3 p.m. You can register if you're interested. You purchase the book at the Third Gen Investmentsguide.com. And you register for the webinar and meet me, the author, Wanda D. Fields. And I will assist you on how to start and form your own investing club. If this is something you want to do with your family, if it's something you even want to do with your children, if you want to do it with your friends, if you want to do it with your community, and it doesn't have to be the stock market. It can be real estate. It can be land. Okay, but you need to know how to form, and when you do form, you need to take it as a business because it is that, and the IRS is going to take it as such because you will be getting 1099 forms from the brokers, and because you've reached $600 and over. So you need to learn how to handle this investment club as a business. And that's what I'm here to show you. So if you're interested, purchase the book, the thirdgeninvestmentguide.com. And there's a free webinar that I'm offering with myself to explain and teach you how you can form your own investment club with your family, with your community, with your children, okay, with your friends, okay? And I will explain this, and I'm having it at Saturday, which is tomorrow on the 3rd at 3 p.m., or you can choose Sunday, March 4th at 3 p.m. So I want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening to me this evening on this broadcast. And let that speak life to you, okay? Let it speak life to you. Let it speak life to your family. Have those conversations with your children. Have those conversations with your friends. Have those conversations with your family. I hear so many people crying broke. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. That's what the Speak Life and Claim It show is all about. It's about us tapping into our greatness and building wealth, building generational wealth, okay? Building riches, doing it with our friends, doing it with our families. I don't know if folks are aware of what's getting ready to happen if you don't see it now, okay? Hey, there's not going to be any jobs. Okay, they're bringing in jobs with robots. Okay, if you check out Sophie, go on YouTube and check out Sophie the robot, and don't take my word for it. Just go check it out and see that eventually in the future, the plan is to have robots taking over our jobs, and they're already doing it. I research these trends and I see what's going on, and it shouldn't have to matter. Okay. If you're having some financial difficulties, practicing group economics, forming investment clubs with your family, with your friends, and with your children is one way to do so, okay? And you can gain a lot of wealth in doing this. So thank you, everyone. May you all have a pleasant weekend, and don't forget to take some rest. Take some rest this weekend. Thank you all, and may you all have a pleasant day.